Mumbaikas and traffic jams go hand in hand. But a bridge on the western coast could soon change all that. George Koshy gives us a glimpse of what it would be like to drive in Mumbai once the 1300 crore Bandra Worli sealink is completed.
It is set to become the new landmark of Mumbai. Travel after its commissioning is all set to change in this stretch of western Mumbai. This is the 4.7 kilometer 8-lane Bandra Worli sealink, and it promises to cut travel time between Love Green Junction in Worli to Mahim Junction anywhere between 35 minutes to an hour during peak hour traffic.
Design is totally new. This is cable stayed, first of its kind in India. And this sealing will definitely reduce the congestion in Mahim, Bandra and Dadar and Worli.
And an engineering marvel it truly is. Weighing as much as 50,000 African elephants, the tallest tower equaling a 43-story building, and steel wires that could be lined up to form the circumference of the earth. And putting it all together, a feat in itself.
Each of these concrete girders weigh more than 150 tons. And using one of these gantry cranes, they are carried all the way up. And this 96-wheel trolley helps carry this massive structure to interlock one into another and form a massive chain that goes on and meets the other end of the bridge. The structure is also built in such a manner so as to also enable sea travel. In fact, a yacht jetty is also something that's planned for the future.
75% of the sealing work is already over. And by December 2008, we will open this first India sealing to Mumbaikar.
Stuck in busy traffic, 43-year-old investment banker Mahindra Keval Ramani is eagerly awaiting the day the bridge shrinks this 45-minute ride to office to about 6 minutes.
And it's going to save anything about 30 minutes for me, and it makes a big difference to quality of life, for you.
Come December 2008 and one side will be open for use. Another 6 months and the project would be completed, after which it will then be stretched on all the way up to Nariman Point. Well, that though is something Mumbaikars will have to wait a couple of years more for. Till then, it's the Bandra Worli sealing all the way. In Mumbai, George Koshy.
Call it the engineering marvel that will change the life of the travelling Mumbaikar, the Bandra Worli sealing. And on the hot seat with us is Mr. Anil Deshmukh, the Minister of the PWD department. Sir, if I could ask you, it's going to, thanks so much for talking to us, sir. Yeah. It's going to change the life of the average Mumbaikar. How and by when?
Basically the traffic congestion in Mumbai, and that too particularly in Mahim, Bandra and Worli. Particularly this Mahim causeway, where about the volume of capacity is around 140,000 vehicles per day. And that is the main point of the traffic congestion. So, to reduce the traffic congestion, we have planned this 5.6 kilometer first sealing of India, which is going to start from Bandra to Worli. This is a 8-lane sealing, and the design is totally new. This is cable stayed, first of its kind in India. And this sealing will definitely reduce the congestion in Mahim, Bandra and Dadar and Worli.
It's also supposed to be an engineering marvel in itself. HCC is involved as well, and also a lot of international technology that's being used here. Right. What kind of technology, and what are those unique points that you'd plan for this bridge?
At present, the landmark of Mumbai is Gateway of India. But after completion of this 5.6 kilometer sealing, the modern landmark of Mumbai will be Bandra Worli sealing bridge. Here we are introducing many international new technology. About 500 meters of the bridge will be supported by the cables only. There will be no support from below, and on cables only it will be hanging. So this is the first cable stayed bridge which we are constructing in open sea. in India.
For an average Mumbaiker, this is going to take up honest time as well. But in case of the expense that he needs to pay, the monthly pass that you've planned, how much will it cost him to travel per time, and how much if he's got a monthly pass? What are the rates that it's going to
I told you earlier that the main bottleneck is Mahim Causeway. And in case you want to go from Mahim to Worli, about 23 signals are in between. And during traffic hours, it takes about 1 to 1.5 hours to reach from Mahim to Worli. By this additional link, we can cover this distance within 6 or 7 minutes. So the toll will be charged on this 5.6 kilometer sealink. The toll for car will be around 30 rupees. For a light motor vehicle, it is 45 rupees, and a heavy motor vehicle like bus and trucks, it will be 60 rupees.
Also, work is going on really fast at this point of time. But on an average, it's come back from the kind of time limit that was set. It was extended to a few years. What was the real reason, and how have you now covered up the entire time lag?
Of course, there were many problems, many PIL, many litigations were there, and particularly this fishermen from Worli, they have got some problem. For them, we changed the alignment. So there was total change in the alignment, total change in the design structure of the bridge. So because of that, it took time. But I want to tell you that from October 2004, the actual work of this bridge we started, and not a single day the work was stopped.
If you could give us a backgrounder on the...
This Bandra Worli is a very massive structure. You won't find such a massive work anywhere in India. Basically, this is the train setting bridge which is coming up in Mumbai. For construction of this Bandra Worli sealink, about 90,000 tons of cement so far is used. 40,000 tons of steel is used so far. About 3,500 workers and engineers, they are working for completion of this bridge day and night.
And how long will it take to get complete, and when could we see the first private car traveling on this bridge?
This sealing bridge will be completed by December 2008, means this December.
The massiveness of the structure is something that most people have always been speaking about. You mentioned the kind of equipment that will be used. You also mentioned the cement, the steel. What length, the height of the whole project that could, take it?
Foundation to the top of the ceiling, the height will be equivalent to the 60-storied building height. That is about 180 meters. And the weight of this bridge is approximately, you can say, 50,000 African elephant. And MSRDC, we are very proud to undertake this very important work. Our MSRDC engineers, our SCC engineers, they are working day and night to complete this project within the stipulated time.
These massive cables that are going through, or which will be holding the bridge really in its place. You were giving us a good example of what's the length of the cables that's really being used.
The total cable which are used for construction of this bridge, you can say that the total length can cover the circumference of the earth. That much length of steel wires are used for construction.
And also from the construction company's perspective, HCC for instance, it has over the years said that it hasn't received its money on time. Are those problems also sorted out now?
Yeah, all the problems are resolved. Absolutely, there is no problem from SCC side or from MSRD side. So, as I told you that there's no problem. So we'll complete this bridge by December 8th. Yeah,
right. So that's really the PWD Minister, Mr. Anil Deshmukh here, really on the hot seat finally. And as soon as possible is the word that he actually used. So by December 2008, I and you could probably bring in your car and whisk through to the other side of Mumbai, the faster as we can.
Yeah.
In Mumbai and right on the Bandra Worli sealing, here in the middle of the sea, George Koshy.
Most development projects come with problems. Here's a report on what could be the roadblocks in the major infrastructure plans chalked out for the city.
5 major projects, all intended to change the way the city looks and commutes. But many of them are already delayed and the grand ideas are already hitting different roadblocks. Take the Bandra Worli sealink, Mumbai's leap across the Arabian Sea. Scheduled to be ready by 2003, it first got delayed due to a spate of PILs and protests from local fishermen.
Fishermen from Worli, they have got some problem. For them, we changed the alignment. So there was total change in the alignment, total change in the design structure of the bridge.
Then came squabbles between the government and contractor HCC over project cost, which has more than doubled over the years. Another solution to relieve Mumbai's choked roads, the Mumbai Metro. The foundation stone was laid in June 2006, but the actual work began 19 months later in February 2008. The metro's biggest problem? Land acquisition. Widening of roads for construction has already drawn protests from residents, and the Road Development Authority has been slow in handing over land to the Metro Rail Corporation.
Out of 146 kilometers, 40 kilometers is going to be underground. That will be in the island city. In the suburbs, it's going to be elevated. Elevated has its problems.
4 months of heavy rainfall mean the city's roads are susceptible to flooding. Brimstow Ward, or the stormwater drainage system, hopes to solve that, but not before the 26,000 slum dwellers who live around existing drains are rehabilitated. Rehabilitation is also one of the biggest roadblocks in the Dharavi redevelopment plan. The real estate cost in Dharavi could skyrocket, but only after the rehabilitation of 6 lakh slum dwellers. The waterfronts plan too aims at making Mumbai look pretty. Though proposed in 1999, it never took off after the government changed hands. Mumbai's makeover has been set in motion, but it has miles to go before it is completely realized. In Mumbai, Yogatalamai.
So if you have any suggestions or feedback on our show, do write in to us on our website ibnlive.com. Stay tuned for more news on CNN IBN. Thanks for watching.